What's up, guys? Me here today, and today I'm going to talk about the whole Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered whole discussion for 2018. That's been nothing more than a joke since day one, in my opinion. Earlier this year, we were told by a website, Charlie Intel, which I'll get back to in a second, that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered would be coming out for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 this year. Initially, I believe the launch date was supposed to be April 30th, but that came and went, and people on YouTube basically took up all this information and really just made a bunch of stuff up and said, well, it got delayed and they're going to bring it out with Black Ops 4. Well, Black Ops 4 is come and gone, and it's been out for, about a month now, and there's still no Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. There was never going to be a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered in 2018, and let's talk about why. First of all, Charlie Intel is not a reputable website, really in my eyes, not in the way they used to be. Back in the day of Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, you could rely on them. Now they're not in the limelight. You don't see them as much. You don't hear of them as much. And I mean, really, the way how the internet works, we find stuff out. We don't. It's like E3. We don't need E3 to hear about game leaks. We don't need Charlie Intel to tell us about Call of Duty. We'll hear about it before they'll post it. And you could even argue that Charlie Intel got this information from a YouTuber who posted the information, I think, a day or two before Charlie Intel actually did. And they're both basically saying the same kind of thing. I believe personally it was basically designed for clicks and to get people's attention, and people fell for it and would fall for it. And most people did. And then I think the story started off small and it just got bigger and bigger, and these people that want it to come back ran with it and blew it way out of proportion. Like, oh, well, there's not going to be a campaign in this remastered. That wouldn't happen. That's a bunch of crap. Well, it's going to come out in April, so so Black Ops 4 can stand alone and can bridge the gap between World War II and Black Ops 4. They're not going to put a game in between a game. We're not going to see a new Call of Duty every 6 months or a remastered after 6 months. Not going to happen. So sit back and think about this logically for a second. Next year is 2019, correct? That would mark 10 years since Modern Warfare 2 first came out. Now, if you sit there logically with a business mind, and I'm no business magician by any means, I've worked for retail for quite a few years, and, that's about it. I'm not an executive or anything like that. But think about it for just 5 seconds. First of all, why would you release a game 9 years after... Why would you release, a remastered version of the game 9 years after it came out? Logically, it would make more sense to wait 1 year and do it on the 10th anniversary. Have a big blowout, a big to-do, a big campaign about it, a big whatever. That would make more sense. Second of all, why would you launch a game created by Infinity Ward the year that Treyarch is putting out a game? You see, the thing is, not everybody buys a Call of Duty game every year. There are many people that I know personally and have known for years that like Treyarch games and Treyarch only. There are also people who like Infinity Ward games and Infinity Ward games only. And they don't really buy the other Call of Duties. They will, but they're not going to be getting them the day of. They may wait till there's a sale, whatever the case may be. And also this Infinity Ward, I mean, come on now. It's not the same. The good Infinity Ward that created Modern Warfare 2 is long gone. They're Respawn Entertainment. They make the great game Titanfall. That's their jam now. Infinity Ward has came out with 2 bad Call of Duties, and not just my opinion, because personally, my opinion, I haven't liked Treyarch games since the first Black Ops. I didn't like Black Ops 2 or 3, and so far I'm liking 4, but it's too soon to tell. Anyways, I'm getting off point here. Infinity Ward has Ghosts was not well received. People did not like it. At one point, it was the lowest rated video game amongst the fans. You could argue that since then, but in any event. Then you have Infinite Warfare, which, in my opinion, was worse than Ghosts and is actually the worst Call of Duty game since the whole... I'd say it's the worst since, this modern era with, Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare, and when Call of Duty really started getting traction. From then onward, you could definitely say without a doubt that, in my opinion, that Infinite Warfare, was the worst Call of Duty. But anyways, to me, is Modern Warfare 2 Remastered coming out? I would say yes. I can't see why it wouldn't be. They're going to make a lot of money on it when they do it. They're going to bring a lot of fans back. The first Modern Warfare, or Call of Duty 4, whatever you want to call it, coming out with Infinite Warfare helped Infinite Warfare's sales tremendously. People, I don't think sales would have even been half of whatever the hell they actually were. Nobody really has a fair number of what Infinite Warfare was, but it's because it didn't do well, and Activision's kind of putting their head between their legs on that one. Or, their tail between their legs. They should put their head between their legs, I think. So I think Modern Warfare 2 Remastered would really, really help in the sales. And they can microtransaction the crap out of that game. I don't approve of microtransactions when they're not cosmetic, when they're pay to win, all that. But let's be real, Activision's Activision, they're going to do it. But they can microtransaction the hell out of Modern Warfare 2, and people would pay for it. I think, honestly, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered could come out and beat the sales of whatever COD 2019 is going to be. It would oversell. Like, people would pay just to have that. People would want that more than just the other game. Whether they release it individually, which they won't do right away, they'll maybe wait 6-7 months, or if they launch it with the game, I think that would be the game they would have way more people playing it, way more people would care about it, just like they did last go around. We're at the 10th year coming up in 2019. It makes the most sense that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered would come out next year. I think if it didn't, I think it would be a stupid decision on Activision's part, and they're leaving a lot of money on the table for not doing that. So many people, Activision could do a survey today, because I know people that don't play Call of Duty anymore would pick that game back up just for that nostalgia, even though it's only 10 years ago. In the gaming world, 10 years ago was forever ago. So I think Activision would be stupid if they didn't do it. They would leave a lot of money on the table, and it would be the smartest decision. It'd be the easiest decision for them to make, because I don't think it would be all that complicated. It wasn't all that complicated realistically to remaster COD 4. They could do this, and I think they're going to. I'm saying today, November 25th, 2018, mark my words, I'm almost guaranteeing, I'm betting that Activision is going to do a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I think they're going to do it in 2019. I think they're going to do it with the game. I think the campaign's definitely going to be there. The Spec Ops is definitely going to be there. It would be stupid if they didn't. I think you're going to see the 2 DLC packs that were for that game. I think you might see them actually come at launch. I don't think they're going to be paid DLC a little bit later. I don't think they could be. But the reason why I think that is, I think they're going to package that entire game together, and they're going to make money off microtransactions, and they might even put in a few more maps. They might put in some more maps from Modern Warfare, from COD 4, the first one remastered. They might do that. They might, I think that's how that's going to work. They would be leaving so much money on the table to not do it. Modern Warfare 2, it's not the number one selling Call of Duty game of all time anymore. There's been other CODs that have beat that, but it is the one that is looked upon the best by most people. It's hailed as being the best Call of Duty ever by the most of the COD community, the population. People will say that is the best one ever. So I think they're going to do it in 2019, and I think anybody who believed it was coming out this year is ignorant and has no idea how business works and how companies think. It would make way more sense, like I said, to do it a decade later, and I think they're going to. Just wait for it. I think we might see it at E3, that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered gets announced with a teaser trailer, hopefully with M&M's Till I Collapse Again, because that trailer still sends chills up and down my spine.